Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Blitz Break. I'm your host this week, Justin. I'm sitting down with, well, news to you guys, two of my most favorite people in the entire world. So I think you're in for a treat this week and pretty excited. Buzz and Phil are at a leadership conference. So I get to take a step from behind the scenes to in front of the camera. And we get to have a fun conversation today. And I'm really looking forward to it. So thank you, ladies, for being here. This is, first of all, this is so much fun for me. I'm trying to contain my excited.
I'll be Buzz, you be Phil.
Yeah.
Yep, okay. You got it.
I mean, most of anybody who watches a Blitz Break knows both of you guys, but Julie is our regular
Yes,
host.
I haven't been here for a couple weeks, so I'm so glad to be back.
I know. It's so good to have you back.
Yes.
And it's fun that I get to be on this side.
I'm excited.
With you being back. So I'm already enjoying this.
Yes.
And then Liz, is this the second or the third time that you've been on?
3.
This is 3. This is the 3-peat.
Yeah, I like it.
This is.
Am I like the most brought back guest? I feel like I'm on Jimmy Fallon right now.
I would say yes.
Yeah.
I think so.
I like that.
Well, listen,
Thanks.
I wanted
Thank
to
you.
I wanted to have a fun conversation with you too and enjoy. Let me fix your cord because this is the producer that's going to drive me. This side of things are going to drive me nuts.
Here, I'll help you. I'll help you with that. There we go. Oh. Perfect.
All right.
There we go.
Jocelyn's probably freaking out, but I would have drove me nuts if I was staring at that the whole time.
No, we're all good.
Oh my gosh! So happy Friday, ladies.
Yes. Thank God it's Friday.
This is wonderful. We're gonna have just a fun conversation. I want to start with both of you guys, and I know you have some limitations on what you can talk about with your role, but we can dance around those limitations.
Yeah.
But I was sitting here thinking as I was planning out some of our thoughts and conversations, and I was like, I don't know how either one of you started in this business.
Oh.
And so I'll start with Liz.
You're going to die.
I want to know how you started in this business. You don't have to tell me how long it's been.
Good.
I mean, you're only 26, so it couldn't have been that long.
Yeah, exactly. So it's funny because if I look at how I started and where I am, it started with the first branch of BVM.
Oh my gosh. I
was
didn't know. See, I didn't know that. I didn't actually know that you were BVM.
I got hired as a receptionist.
That's amazing. I didn't know
And
this.
you know what's so funny? I had this conversation recently with Elizabeth Axelgard, and she asked me a question on her podcast, like, how did you get started in this industry? And I'm like, I started as a receptionist, and a processor that worked at BVM, because before I got hired, I was a bartender.
Okay.
So
Okay.
the processors and, because
This is why you're my people.
Yeah, the industry doesn't like to have a good time.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people used to come into the restaurant where I worked at, and she approached me one day and she's like, hey, would you ever want to work at a mortgage company? And I was like, well, doing what? And she's like, we need a receptionist. And she's like, and you speak Spanish and we need a bilingual receptionist. And I was all, sure, why not? And so, yeah, I came in, I was interviewed by, at that time, it was Matt Brinitzer.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And then at that time, it was another partner. And they both interviewed me and they hired me. And that was it. The first branch of BVM. And if I look at how much this company has grown.
Yeah, it's different.
I mean, Kurt was the top originator back then.
Yeah.
It was super
The
cool.
fact that Kurt was still originating is kind of crazy too.
God, he was killing it. He had like this big team, but I mean, and we still have some of the OGs here from then. And so, yeah, that's how I started as an originator. And then Des, who I work for now,
Right.
when I was done at the front desk, I'm like, all right, I need to move up. I'm done with this.
Right.
It was probably about 3 years later. Des and Penny came on board as loan officers, and Des needed a bilingual assistant because he did a lot of business in Woodland and he had a lot of Hispanic realtors. And so they interviewed me. I became their first assistant, and then the ball started rolling.
And then it started rolling.
Yeah, I got into title, and then I came back. I came back home. I really do call it home.
How long did you have a stint in title?
About 5 years.
Okay. Were you
A title rep.
title rep? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Yeah. I know. I kind of knew the answer to that.
They tried to recruit me back not too long ago, and my husband's like, no, you already did that. You're good.
Yeah, you're good.
I know what that entails. I'm like, hey, what are you talking about?
Yes. Fun times.
Speaking of title,
Speaking of title,
Perfect. Yeah.
Talk
so
to
funny.
me
So
about
I was
that.
going to Sac State and criminal justice major, waiting tables at Chili's restaurant.
There we go.
wait,
And
criminal justice.
criminal justice.
Wow.
Sac
What did you want to
State.
do? Did you want to be a
I
public
wanted
defender?
I wanted to be Jodie Foster in Silence of the Lambs.
all right,
I
all right.
swear that's what I know. And
like
another small tip: it was the only major that didn't have a math component, and I always struggled with math.
Preach.
So, yep. So that's how
You
I
know
ended
what's
up
funny,
in criminal
Julie?
justice. Yeah,
I struggled in math, and look at where I ended up in
know. I
mortgage. I'm
struggled
like,
in math
how did that happen?
that's crazy.
Yeah.
So, the president of the greater or Northern California went to Chili's, and I was waiting on him, and he said, "You should come into title." And I said, "What's title?" Anyway, long
Yeah,
story
yeah, yeah.
short, started like similar to you, started as a receptionist, worked my way up to customer service, then sales rep, commercial sales rep, sales manager. All that's my path has
Yeah.
been ever since in title. And I've been in it for over 30 years. 30 years.
Now,
It's crazy.
our paths crossed while you were at BVM.
Yes.
I don't think I knew the component. I didn't know that you were BVM at one point in time.
Oh, gee, yeah.
So this is new. This is new to me, or news to me too.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, there was a 3-year stint in the 30 years that I went to work for Sierra Pacific and then Big Valley.
yeah.
Yep.
And how did our paths cross?
Didn't I hire you?
You hired me.
I
Yeah.
hired you for a partnership.
Are you
She's-
serious?
She is the she's the reason I'm at Big Valley.
Wow, I had
Yes.
no idea. I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. It was funny. Technically, Kent Smith, who was working here at the time, it was kind of, he had
a
recruited, he
recruiter.
made a
Yeah,
call,
he was a recruiter.
and he had called me. I was working at Wells Fargo at the time.
That's right.
And then he had connected me with you, and I think we had done lunch once or twice, and I
Yes.
was like, I'm in.
That's
Oh,
right.
I like
She's
I
a
like
good-
this gal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
what is there not to like? Hello. Yeah.
Thank you, Liz.
Absolutely.
Well, it's funny because I mean,
Yeah.
the recruiting side of things,
Yeah.
it starts with a relationship.
100%.
I don't think anyone who's successful at recruiting doesn't do it, doesn't establish the relationship. I think just giving people information or saying, "Hey, we can offer this or we can do this," because
Yeah.
I came from the big bank world, and so coming here was actually really scary because it wasn't a
Yes.
corporate setting. It was way more mom and pop.
Yeah.
It's not
sure.
obviously.
Yeah.
With our ties to American Pacific, but obviously it felt for me like just a little mom and pop
a little
shop.
bit scary. Yeah.
It was
for
scary.
sure. Yeah.
But-
Thank you for believing in me.
But you thank you for.
it
I guess I should have asked you. Like, why did you believe in me?
Did it feel once you settled in? Did it feel okay? Like this feels good. Like I can get used to this, and it feels right.
Oh, I will go on record, and I'm happy to do it in front of everybody here. I will say that Big Valley Mortgage saved my life because
that's
I
great.
was the path that I was going down, and the fights and the underwriting headaches, and just I was on not a good trajectory because everything was a fight. You were fighting with customers, you were fighting with underwriters, you were fighting with processors at my last big bank, and it was just it was funny. I used to introduce everybody when we would start a process or start a loan application. I would be like, "Hey, I'm not joking about this. Not only will we dot every I and cross every T, but we will start crossing I's and dotting T's. So like, be prepared for this to be a painful experience." And that was my life. And so when I came over here, and I was like,
Sounds like reverse.
and I came over here, and we just followed the guidelines. There was no real overlays or anything like that.
Yeah.
I started going, wait, I don't have to argue with someone. I don't have to fight. I don't have to, be an advocate for a borrower. It's like, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It was so it did. I say that all the time. I've told Kurt that multiple times. I'm like,
Yeah.
I love Big Valley. That's part of the reason I'm here is I believe it saved my life. I don't think I don't know how much longer I would have been able to sustain.
Yeah.
I think my heart would have exploded.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, so
This isn't-
thank you for
hey.
you for taking me to lunch.
Here to help, Justin.
I like that.
That's great.
But so 30 years in title.
yes.
What is your position now?
So now VP of Strategy and Growth for Placer Title Company in Northern California.
Okay, we can't say
And that's
that.
all encompassing. That's sales training, recruiting, positioning, where we're at in the market and areas we need maybe a little bit of change. That's what I do. Yeah.
I mean, vice president of production for Big Valley.
Yeah.
And so that I've kind of moved my way similar to you, where it's like done the incremental, done it all.
Done it all. Yep.
And then, okay, I have to get the rebranding correct. So American Pacific Retirement Lending.
American Pacific
Mortgage
Retirement Lending.
Okay.
Yeah. It's still a mouthful. It was a mouthful before. But I definitely, when I say it now, people are like, oh.
I like it. I like the rebrand.
Yeah. It's where the market's at.
Yeah.
It's where the market's at in our industry.
It really is. Well, and I think it sheds a much better light on what you're talking about, because it's retirement lending. It's the idea of, hey, these are for people that are in the retirement stage of life. And it doesn't necessarily mean, it doesn't have to be a reverse. Correct. And I think reverse kind of has a negative connotation.
Still.
Not just because of a product or just an old history, but just the word reverse. Like, what does that mean? I mean, I know that it was trying.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I know
it was a great idea to change the name.
I like
it.
it.
Perfect.
Yeah. And I think that Des, our director, the timing was perfect. The market's always evolving. Yeah. But this is just becoming really wholeheartedly, people are looking at this more. People are actually finally starting to go, okay, wait a minute. This is not a last resort loan. This is a wealth building tool. How could we use it to our benefit in retirement years to, whether it be pass on an inheritance now, and be able to live those last years comfortably and with purpose. So it's been very well received.
I like what you said, that it's not a last resort type of loan. I think that's part of the connotation that it had for a lot of years. Yeah, and it's just because of lack of understanding. And I think you do I know you do a really good job of altering that opinion and really, I mean, you're always out there educating, getting people information about what retirement lending actually is and what it's truly about.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah,
I enjoy what I do. I love what I do. And when I came here in the market crash, right?
Yeah.
And when Des hired me, and I'm like, I don't care. I need a paycheck. Like this is going to be a stepping stone until the market recovers.
Right.
I never saw myself here 17 years later.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, when people, would you ever do traditional loans? No, I'm staying here. This is where my place is. This is where my home is. So.
Yeah. And you said an interesting thing. You said, enjoy the inheritance while they're still alive. And that's interesting that you said that, because I have a friend who's building this beautiful home, but they need more money. And the parents are leveraging it through a reverse. And they're able to see this happen. And that's powerful. Very powerful. And you've done a great job of really highlighting it, how it can be such a powerful, even for investments, for so much that I didn't even know that a reverse could do. Yeah. So you've done a really good job, Liz.
Thank you. You know what's, when we started, when Des hired me to do what I do now, he's always been 2 steps ahead of the market nationally. When I say that, because the reason when he hired me, he said, you came from title, you have connections. At that time, everything was bank owned. The market crashed. Every realtor was struggling unless you had an REO account. And he goes, listen, he's like, this is a tool that will help a realtor get 1 extra deal a year. And right now, everybody can use 1 extra deal a year. And it was the reverse purchase, because it came into play when I got hired. It was an act of Congress. Happened, and he goes, we need to go out and teach these people. Well, it was so funny. It took probably about 7 or 8 years where all of our investors are like, oh yeah, we're out there teaching realtors how to use the reverse for purchase. And I'm like, isn't that what we've been doing for like 7 or 8 years? And so every time we're ahead of the game, it's funny, our investors follow. We were the first company across the nation to do the first reverse for purchase. Our ranch.
Oh, I did not know that. Wow.
It only took like 4 months to close, but we had to teach them.
Were you guys dotting I's and crossing T's?
Well, we were actually teaching them a lot.
Yeah.
It was a learning curve for the industry, but they hadn't done it. So how were they going to really,
That's what I was going to say. Yeah. There's, I think, a misconception with our industry that it's something that when new products come out or new things that everyone knows. A lot of times when a new product comes out and it's new to us, we're learning how to do it. I know right now non-QM is really big, and we're doing a lot of DSCR loans.
Oh, yeah.
And so we know the guidelines and we understand what we need to do, but the process of actually getting those done a lot of times for our loan officers is we have to learn. I don't really know. Like we learned a closing disclosure didn't need to go out on this loan because of the product that it was. And it was like, that's crazy. It can go as long as the LE had gone out, the closing disclosure didn't need to go out because it was like
we're always learning.
It was just always, I tell our new loan officers that all the time. I'm like, I've never gone through a transaction that I didn't learn something in.
I had a hard conversation this morning before I got here with a file that I have. It's a client that I have out of all places. Interesting. I have 3 files going right now and they're all not local. This one's in Yosemite.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Interesting place. And he was like, can I vent? And I was all, bring it.
Bring it.
Absolutely. And so I'm thinking to myself, while he's venting, because he's got 4 other properties and we're doing the reverse on his. And so he's just going to town on me. And then he finished. And then I said, I'm sorry. Have you not ever done a loan before? This is his first loan.
Oh.
Everything else he bought cash.
Oh my God.
And I'm all, this is not the best experience for you to have your first loan at 72.
Yeah.
And you're disappointed because you have a half full pool.
Yeah.
This is a hazard issue. We need
It's
to
called
direct
health and safety,
it.
folks.
Yes. And so I understood then.
Yeah.
You know, I would have never thought somebody in Yosemite would have a pool, first of all, until the appraisal came back. And I was like, there's a pool there? So, you know, we're always learning.
Yeah.
You know? And so by the end of the conversation, it was good, but I understand. And and like I said, hey, this is also a new investor we're working with.
Yeah.
That's a double whammy. First loan, new investor.
Tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. Okay, so I have another question for you.
Okay.
I have a couple questions that I wanted to kind of sprinkle in here for both of you guys because I respect both of you guys so much. And I want to know, like I said, I didn't understand or didn't know where you both had started. And so I think because we're very like-minded or kindred spirits, we probably had similar experiences. Tell me a time early on or even recently where you had to change, how do I want to word this? Something that you did that changed your trajectory, like a habit or a shift in mindset that then changed your trajectory. You saw, hey, when I started doing A, my life, job, career, relationships took off.
We just kind of touched on that before we
That's
got on
a great
air.
question. You want to go first?
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
go first since it's something that we were just talking about ahead of getting on air here. So, you know, I think that when we all start in this industry, and even when you see it from the outside looking in, you don't really know all that it entails, no matter which part of the industry you're in, right?
Yeah.
Everything looks wonderful. Everything looks fun. Everything looks glamorous. You know, life is a party.
Right.
And it's not that. You know, it can take a toll. The whole impostor syndrome. It plays a role in everybody's lives, but really, I don't know why I always just think it's our industry, but it's a hard one to combat. And I feel that last year, not this year, but the year before at the beginning, I said, there's something that's got to give. There's something that has to give me more peace because it felt very chaotic. And it can at times, you know. I wear a lot of different hats, and so it's hard to balance all those hats and do all jobs well. But I got to a point, and I think it comes with experience and age, not maturity. And where I said, you know what? I want to continue to have fun in this industry. I love what I do. I love who I do it for, but I need some peace.
Yeah.
And so with that came saying no to a lot more things, even though it doesn't seem that way on socials. But I got to a point where I've done this long enough where people know who I am now.
Yeah.
I don't have to be at everything all the time. I have found a way to be productive, to go to the things that I know where I'm going to be seen, and also that I'm going to get something out of it.
That you have the biggest return on your investment of time. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I started doing something different also, because I was always trying to go to all the big things because, I can see more people there. And then what ended up happening is the market has changed, shifted, our society has shifted so much that I'm all, that isn't working as well as it used to for me.
Sure.
It almost seemed like the conversations that I were having were more surface than they were deep.
Yeah.
And I'm all about that relationship building. So I started doing small groups. So when somebody would say, hey, I want to go to lunch with you, or hey, can we meet for coffee? It's not always, I realized in the last few years, it's not always to talk about business. It's a lot of people want to talk about themselves and their experience. And I'm so okay about that. But I started bringing groups together once a month, doing small groups and saying, hey, I'm going to do this. And I'm inviting mostly realtors, and then, somebody that wants to a title company can't do it, but like a pest inspection or home warranty, and say, hey, can you provide some snacks? Not a lot. And I'm keeping it to about 10 people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And every month there's a theme, and that theme, it has to be fun, because if it's not fun, it's not me. So
Agreed.
So like the next one I'm having is we're doing a wine tasting, right? So it revolves around everybody's going to taste each other's wine. It's going to come in, you bring your your wine in a brown bag, and that wine has to be a description of who you are.
That's fun.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
idea. Yes.
And so
You want to do it right? We can do it right now. No.
yes, it's our fun
but
show.
also it's like I have like a little one page where we kind of like ask questions that aren't so work related, where you get to know each other in a small setting.
Yeah.
And then people that maybe don't know each other from other companies are just like, oh my God, I've seen you. It's nice to meet you in person. And better conversations are being had that way.
It sounds like you're taking control of your piece, like, hey, I'm not going to let that steal or take my peace or my joy, or I'm going to create, going to an event. I'm going to create my own event that actually impacts my life and the life of others. I think that's huge.
Yeah.
I do. Julie, what was your
impact's going to be one of my words. And I think that's kind of where it shifted for me I was just like you, going to every event, and you have to step back and say, like, what am I doing here? What is my purpose here? And really, when I came to the realization that I'm faith-based, like, why am I here? And God wants me to cross paths with certain people. So when I shifted that to how many people can I get business from, or all of that, like, I put that way to the side and just say, who am I supposed to impact today? So that helped me. The morning miracle, I have to throw that out there, because my mornings are really intentional, like affirmations, because as corny as they are and sometimes can be,
They're not.
No.
your subconscious mind determines like 90% of what you do. So I was like, I got to look at that.
Yeah.
So I'm really intentional in my morning devotion. I always read like a self-help book, and just very clockwork in my mornings, and it sets my day up. So that's number one. And then two, the change in mindset, where it's, who am I going to impact today instead of who am I going to get business from? I think those would be the two things that shifted everything.
And it's so interesting, because when you change what you're doing, your mind goes to the right place.
Yes.
It follows.
Oh,
It's crazy. Remember how fanatic our lives were? Because we were the same. We were always in the Tri-County region, going to every brokerage. And if we didn't get to one, we just felt awful. Remember?
Yes.
Like, oh
It
my
was
gosh.
the worst feeling. I missed it. FOMO. And it's not FOMO anymore.
No.
It's not FOMO. And I'm so glad I'm out of that season, because I remember a few years ago, like, it was before COVID. And I remember I was so proud of myself for going to 4 events in one evening.
Too. I'm so cool. Yes.
I was like, yes, I went to 4 events last
4
night.
different
I got
brokerages.
20 business cards. But it was, that's like speed dating.
Yes.
Yeah, but but who did you meet? Who did you impact?
Yes, exactly. Like how much meaningful conversation did you have?
Yeah,
Exactly.
you didn't. You know, the answer is you didn't. You
But
didn't.
back then, I thought it was cool.
Well, it's a lot of times, I think it pairs well with another conversation that I have a lot with our loan officers is just because you're busy doesn't mean you're accomplishing anything.
100%.
Wait, I had this conversation. You were a part of that conversation at the beginning of the year with the podcast here.
Yeah.
I can't stand that word. Like when somebody says they're busy,
No.
I'm like, then you're not. Like,
Yeah, your
what are
time
you
is
doing?
full.
Yeah.
Great. But how impactful is that time that
I
you're
don't
spending?
use that word anymore. I don't use that word. If somebody says, how's business? And I'm like, I'm either very blessed or I've had a very productive week. I choose, because we talked about this, words are impactful. Words mean something.
Absolutely.
And so I have shifted. That's something else I shifted in the last few years. I need to use the words that have a lot of meaning to me and that have, like I said, purpose. And it's like, busy. Like, what does that mean? And when somebody says that, I'm like, I always want to say, what does that mean?
So you called me out today. I said, it's a busy season. You go, no, you're choosing it to be a busy season. That's what you said to me, right? What I want. And I like that. I need to change that, to be honest.
I was going to say, I liked how you used affirmations, because that was going to be one of my biggest impacts in just shifting mindset and changing my trajectory. And I think affirmations get a bad rap. And I think I absolutely love how you touched on it and how you phrased it. Is they're shifting your mindset. You're focusing, you're choosing to identify what you're going to focus on that day. One of my affirmations that I say on a daily basis is, I impact the lives of others. I positively impact the life of others.
Love it.
And that's one of the things, because that's what I want. I want to have a positive impact on anybody. It doesn't matter if it's the cashier at the grocery store,
right,
or someone who's having a hard file, or trying to learn a new program or anything. But just as long as I'm positively impacting the lives of others, then I know that I'm living a purpose, and a purpose that I can align myself with, and it matters. And I think it really does, and it keeps the focus. And the other thing is, gratitude, and it's such a
big one.
It is. But what I started doing, because you've heard gratitude and you're like, oh, I'm thankful for my family, and thankful, which I am, obviously.
Yeah.
But what I try to start doing now is identifying wins. And so that's one of my affirmations, or one of the things that I say or try to focus on a daily basis, is I stack wins. Yeah. So I take these little wins and I identify little wins. Hey, if I accomplished a task that was something that I had been putting off, as silly as it sounds,
it feels so
hey,
good.
Justin, I'm really proud of you for accomplishing that. Yeah. You didn't put it off for another day. You shouldn't have put it off, and you crushed it. You did it. You stacked that win. Yep. And then a lot of times any emails that I send out, I always say, go win the day. Because if you do enough little wins, you're going to win your day. And that might be just impacting someone's life. That can count as a big enough win for that day. It doesn't have to be this ginormous, or just this unscripted. It can definitely be a scripted thing. It can definitely be a planned out purpose, but you have to identify it and you have to notice it. And if you don't notice it, then it goes by the wayside. That's why I try to stay away from gratitude or busy, because they're catchphrases anymore. I'm
still in a gratitude season. The year that I used that, and it's been probably a decade, that was my word, because it started trending. I was like, gratitude. And it just so happened that I did have a really blessed year that year. And I was like, wow, I wonder if it's the word, because you're like, you keep talking about it. You keep
thinking about it. Yeah.
You see it every day. It was on the front of, I actually had a day planner that actually had the word on the front of it, just to remind me every day. But do you feel like, talking about all the small wins, do you feel like where we are as a society, that most people put all of the little wins aside, when in my life, those little wins are the most impactful? Like you said, they're bigger than what society thinks a win should be, because everyone's always going for the big thing, right? Yeah. And it takes time, it takes effort, it takes work, it takes a lot to get to that big win.
Yeah.
And all along the way, nobody notices, or nobody congratulates you, like
on the small wins.
Yeah, on the small stuff. And it's just funny. Like those moments feel so good. I mean, I want to say I'm so grateful for all those little things. And as we get older, I think we realize, time. Like, oh my gosh. I look at time now and I'm like, you know, like today I got to go drop my dad off and pick him up to take his car. And it's like, I get to do that.
You get to do absolutely.
It's not a have to do that.
Yeah.
Right.
Total mind shift.
Yeah. It's all of those things. And I think we accumulate that throughout our life where at some point we get to a point and we're like, I'm doing it. I did it. I need to change my mindset.
I want to add one more thing
Please.
to my kind of when you feel like you don't want to do something because of what other people think. So this was a big shift for me. So I really looked into that.
Oh yeah. The opinions of others.
The opinions of others is so big in so many people's lives, which is why they don't try social media. They don't try whatever.
That's true.
Whatever it is that's holding them back. But when you dive deep into why people put other people down, then you don't care, because when people put other people down, it's because they're not doing what they know their potential is. And like John Maxwell talks about this, like explicitly, how, you know, there's average. And when you start to go above average, the goal of average is to pull you back. And so by putting you down pulls you back. Right. So when you start to figure that out, that's when you like run, when you don't care what other people think to a point, right? You're not going to say something offensive.
Correct.
But if you don't care, then that's when my social media took off, because I was like, should I be doing this? I don't know. But then I shifted it and like, who cares? I'm doing it.
Have you, so there is one of the books, and I can't remember which one it is, Mel Robbins.
Yeah.
I love
talks
Mel
about,
Robbins.
it's not her most Let Them book.
Yeah.
It's not that one. I read it during COVID, and there was something about it that resonated, and it made so much sense. And she talks about jealousy. Okay. Yeah. And we all experience it in one way, shape, or form. We're human. But she talked about how jealousy plays a role in our life, and it's an emotion. And she put it in a way that was very understandable for me. When you're jealous of something or someone, that's the reason you're having that feeling, because you're not doing it.
Correct.
Because you're not implementing it. So it's not somebody else what they're doing.
It's you.
It's your own insecurity.
Because you know what you could do.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And so I was like, I don't know why. First of all, it was so simple, but I needed to hear that. And I was like, well, that's so interesting, because I have felt it with others, and I do, not anymore. I did remove people at that time. I was like, like everybody does, right? And then all of a sudden I was like, okay, no, it's not them. It's me. I need to change. I'm the problem. And so now, I mean, there's always going to be somebody who likes us, and there's going to be people who don't like us. And I think as you get older, you hear all of it, and it's like, oh, that person doesn't resonate with me. They may dislike me. But then I look at, okay, what am I doing, or what do I have that they're missing? Because it's not.
Yeah, it's an interesting mind shift.
It is. Well, because I think I was listening to NPR, and they had this neuroscientist on, and they were actually talking about the neuroscience behind you trying to people please. And statistically, you actually cannot please all people.
No.
They say it's about 8 out of 10 will actually choose you, like you, understand you, attempt to learn who you are.
Correct.
And then there are 2 out of the 10 that so that's 20% of people.
That sounds about right, actually.
Yeah,
And
that's about
when
right.
you think about it, so look, if you already start looking at the positive, 8 out of 10 people are going to be like, hey, that's my person. I like them. Or I'm willing to learn if I like them.
Yeah.
And the other 20% or
You
2
can't please.
are just going to be like, yeah, there's nothing you can do that would ever please them.
Correct.
And so learning that it's just impossible. Why am I playing to that 20%?
Yes.
I don't want
Which
to
we did for so many years.
and
Yes.
playing to that 20% is impacting my mental health,
Peace.
my peace, my daily what I'm
Confidence.
doing,
Yes.
All of it.
all of it. And I think that's huge. And I also believe that we as a society, we don't focus on negative emotions enough, like jealousy, because you can identify things going on inside of you, fear, anger, all of that.
Yep.
Those are some of the things that are identifying some of your red flags and feelings like, hey, fear can be a good definer for your boundaries.
Yeah.
You know, so
Correct.
it's like, we just have to make that shift of going from, hey, this is a negative emotion, or saying, hey, this is an identifier of something that needs to shift or change inside
Great
of
call
me.
out.
That is perfectly.
Yep.
That you said that perfectly, because ever since that, then anytime I'm having a negative feeling, I do look at
Identify
myself
it.
now. I'm like, okay, what am I doing wrong? Why am I afraid? Why am I feeling this way? Because I learned no more that it's not everything else. It's how I react to things.
Yes.
It's
Absolutely.
how am I going to respond? You know, like this morning when I had that call with that borrower, and he's like, I tried to get a hold of him yesterday, and of course he doesn't listen to voicemail. So he's like, I could tell in his text, and it was like before 7:30 in the morning, and he's like, call me. I was like, I'm gonna have my coffee first. And so it was that whole preparing myself for what was coming and how I was going to handle it. And it's so different, because I think that when you're younger, I hate that I'm saying that phrase,
I know.
you're not in a place of recognizing those things.
For sure.
And but I also think that society is moving so fast that younger people will figure this out sooner than we did.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, and I think that's also a testament to us, because us being older individuals, not old, but older individuals.
Seasoned.
That's right. Experienced individuals. We're being okay to talk about it, where in the past that was never established.
Yeah.
And it was,
taboo.
I think, try to become the best version of yourself is not an easy task. And it requires a lot of self-reflection. Looking
It does.
inside. And by doing that, you're not always going to like what you see. And you have something to do with that. You can go one of two ways. You can hide it, run from it. Don't think that it's actually there. Or you can actually attack it and start changing. Yeah. And I think the older that I get, the more I realize how hard it is for people to change. I enjoy change. I have a growth mindset. I'm more than willing to, and I think it comes from some of the people pleasing.
Yeah, of course.
Where it's like, if someone comes up to you and goes, hey, I would like it if you would do this, this, and this a little bit better. Might not be my favorite conversation to have, but I'll go and reflect on that and be like, all right. Maybe I was a little hasty, or maybe I did do something that I can alter, or maybe I can change the approach. Correct. That's actually good. Why don't I do that? I'll try that this next time. And it does, and it makes us better. And why would we not? I don't know. For me, I want to be better. Yes. The day I take my last breath, I want to be the best version of myself that has ever stepped foot on this planet. You know?
Yes.
Every day I should be a little bit better. I should be a little more gracious, a little more patient, a little more kind, a little more gentle. You know, all of those things.
Yeah.
The attributes of love. Truly.
Yes.
I think.
I love that.
So, keep us on track here. I'm gonna ask some questions, because you brought up social media, and you're a social media guru.
Queen.
Okay.
But both of you are social media queens.
Yes, she is.
Both of you guys have super impactful social media presence in very different ways. You have a very self-help, informational. You have such a creative, artistic approach to your social media. And I love it.
I've never heard that before.
You've never heard it?
Because I've never asked, only because I'm just like, I'm just being me. You know,
I know.
Like, I don't. I'll let you finish, but thank you.
No, but I was going to say, I love that you guys have two very different approaches, but I love, and obviously I follow both of you, but I love every time you guys pop up on my feed, because I'm either going to learn something, I'm going to enjoy the visuals and the aesthetics of what I get to see. So I want to know how you guys kind of found your voice in social media. I know your story a little bit, and you've shared it on here, but but you continue, and you're always kind of altering and changing what you do.
Yeah, you gotta always change on social media, because it's always changing. But I'll tell you how I ended up on TikTok when nobody was on TikTok.
Yeah.
Because it was during COVID.
It was COVID, yeah.
And I had these 15 salespeople that we had to go try to get business from agents we couldn't meet with. So I was like, man, we really got to learn all the social media platforms. So I embraced all of them, and I did a video on TikTok, and it just blew up. And my daughter's like, you should be on TikTok because all the parents will watch you. There's no, there's no old people on there. So I was like, all right.
What word did you use?
Seasoned. Experience.
Yes. Seasoned people on TikTok.
I'm going to call you out on that word every time.
And I will tell you, yesterday was my 6-year anniversary on TikTok. Can you believe it was been that long?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
How long COVID has been?
Yeah. That's how long
That's
it's
how
been.
long.
Yeah.
And I just hit 240,000 followers.
That's amazing.
And I think, again, with that, shifting the mindset, as I saw a lot of mature people kind of giving up after 50, like not working out, not putting their makeup on, not like just kind of giving up, like whatever. And for me, over 50 has been the most amazing years of my life because I know so much more. I've made so many mistakes in the past, and now I can maybe share those with the younger generation and the older and make a difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's where TikTok is. And TikTok is different than Instagram, which is more visual and more appealing landscapes and all of that. So I don't, I moved my TikTok to Instagram, which is how I built my following.
Yeah.
But it's not the traditional Instagram posting that you probably do.
Yeah.
But you do voiceover, right?
I did.
Yeah.
I don't do it anymore.
Okay.
Yep.
Why aren't you doing voiceover anymore?
Because
the algorithm changed on TikTok?
And they like your actual authentic voice, because a voiceover sounds too manufactured.
Yeah.
So
it's funny how we've gone away from the manufactured, because that's what, at least for
to
me.
AI.
Yeah.
Yep.
Some of the, exactly. It's
Well,
too AI.
and we want authenticity.
Yes, we do.
So doesn't surprise me that that's where we're at. But yeah, I would rather hear your voice than. Sorry, I like your voice.
The normal voice. Yeah, because voiceovers are always so perfect and scripted, and and people don't like to hear that anymore.
Got it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a pro tip.
Pro tip.
If you were thinking about doing voiceover, run. Don't do it.
Yeah.
We've said this because we talk a lot about social media and AI and all of that, but I think it's a welcome. How do I phrase this? I guess I think we should embrace the fact that the algorithm loves imperfectness.
Yes.
None of us are perfect. And it's so funny. Most of the things that, because we do the studio and, I'm involved in this pretty heavily, where people come in and they're just like, oh, I just don't like the way that I look or the way that I sound. And I tell them all the time. And I always make a positive spin. I go, listen, everyone loves you. Anyone that you talk to or work with, they already know what you sound like and they already know what you look like. Truth is, it's only news to you on what you sound and look like. So everyone's already choosing to be involved with you and work with you, and they like you. Yeah. So
regardless of how you sound or look.
Yeah, they already know what you sound and look like. So it's only news to you. Yeah. So just let it go. Yeah. Say
I would
something
say
wrong.
my most viral videos that I've ever had
Yeah.
is me and my most authentic self.
Yeah.
Like no makeup, rushed. They just take off.
Yeah.
I can't even tell you how much that's
I'm going to
happened.
agree with you 100% on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do want to talk about yours, because you do you'll go camera angles and stuff. You got some kind of.
You know where I got that from?
No, talk to me. That's what I want to know.
My husband.
Okay.
He's the pro tip on how to take a photo, how to not cut people's head off.
Yeah.
Feet off. If you're standing somewhere and take a picture of somebody, oh, did you not notice that pole behind their head coming out of their
Yeah.
Like he's like, I'm a good photographer. And I'm like, okay, you are. So I have learned a lot about him, but
does he have a photography background?
So this is what he
I was going to say, I want some more, I need some more context.
He's got 3 years of photo in high school.
Yeah,
that's carried on
that's
over.
what I
It's
thought.
something though.
Yeah.
It's more than
I was
what
going to say,
I
but I didn't think that he had
No.
he was Mr. So but that means he's a creative too.
Oh, yeah.
Which is why.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is why you guys.
No, yeah, he's taught me a lot, and we teach each other a lot, because this is kind of funny. We went on.
That's how marriages are supposed to be. So this is good.
It was funny when we went on our last trip at the end of the year last year, and it was quote our trip of a lifetime, and we went with another couple. We went with Kevin McDonald and his wife.
Yeah.
And so,
Do you want to tell everyone where you went? Can we tell everyone where you went?
oh yeah, sure.
You went to Dubai.
Yes, I went to Dubai.
And it's
So glad I went then.
yeah.
Good call.
Oh
than
my
now.
goodness. And I think all my fears were on point.
Yeah, that's true.
But anyways, so we went on this trip, and Scott's always seen that I do reels and
Yeah.
I'm like, it's not a big deal. They're pretty easy to do. And then Kevin also did not engage in reels. Like, he's got somebody doing some of his marketing. So we get there and everything's just like, everywhere we're going is just like elevated, more elevated, just beautiful. And I'm always the one with the phone out, even at like when we're having Friendsgiving, because we hang out a lot with a certain group, and I'm always the one taking the pictures. I'm always the one, capturing everything. And they're like, there's Liz and her camera. Here she goes again. And they, all of a sudden, everyone's got cameras out. And they're posting reels. Kevin's like every day making a reel. And he's like, my reel is going to be better than your reel. Well, then Scott didn't know how to create a reel. We get back from Dubai and we're having a hard time with a jet lag and sleeping at night. So I'm like trying to sleep, and I would take a nap, wake up at 2 or 3 in the morning, and he's on the phone, and I'm all, what are you doing? And he's all, I'm trying to make a reel.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be Kevin. So no, I mean, like, what I really enjoy, and I've always enjoyed since I was young, I like photographs. I have scrapbooks.
Yeah.
When scrapbooks were a thing.
Yeah.
I have photos. I was at getting
I loved photo albums back in the day.
Yeah. So I used to go to the photo places and get my film developed. That sounds so archaic. Like once a week.
Yeah.
And there's always been something to do.
Don't worry,
for
Gen
me.
Z is getting into film.
I love it. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
happening. Like they're starting to.
Yeah, they're getting with the times. So
Yeah.
I do love that.
Yeah.
It's like everything that was old, it comes back.
It does.
Experience comes back. But anyways, I have a ton of photos. And I think that's when Instagram and social media came along, I'm like, this totally speaks to me. Like photos are out. And so I like everything that I experience. When you read my bio on my Instagram, it's exactly who I am. It's what you're going to see. You're going to get my travel. You're going to get my fashion sense. You're going to get my reverse stuff. You're going to get all my family stuff.
You.
Like, yeah, I mean, all of it. Like the other day I posted we celebrated my sister's birthday in true Mexican style. Let's have a carne asada.
I love it.
Tequila flowing, barbecue, like the Weber. It is how I roll when I'm not on.
Yeah.
That's my off. That's my family time. That is who I am.
That's who you are.
When I'm not here.
Yeah, of course. And I think that's again, back to the authenticity.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone identifies with authenticity. Everyone identifies with being imperfect. No one, and it's so funny because again, I think it plays into the people pleasing. Mm-hmm. We want to post the right thing where we look the best and all of that. Yeah. When most people aren't even thinking that. It's only us that are thinking, oh, that's not my good side. That's not, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, Liz, I love your dress. Oh my gosh, Julie, your hair looks so beautiful in that photo. And you're like, oh, I hate that. That's not my side or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Everyone's going because 8 out of those 10 people already love you.
Yeah.
So they're the only the 20% are you worried about judging your bad side.
Right.
Yeah.
In the interest of time, I'm going to do some kind of rapid fire fun questions.
Okay.
Oh, great.
And we'll kind of close it out because we could I could stay here. We could chat. We could go forever. Okay, because most of my life revolves around food and I love all things food. Mm-hmm. Favorite restaurant in Sacramento?
Julie.
Oh man, that's a tough one.
We can go.
I have to say Mario's Early Toast.
Okay.
I do.
Right.
They have a fitness menu. I love it. They have protein pancake.
Okay.
And they have breakfast rice. It's the best.
What is breakfast?
Yeah,
Oh
what
my,
is
it's rice and meat and eggs and the best.
Oh, so is it kind of like a
It's fried rice, it sounds like.
It kind of is. It is so good. And then he has this protein waffle.
We shouldn't be doing this. I'm hungry now already.
That's all. I know that's not probably what you're looking for, but probably Mario's.
No.
Early
It
Toast.
doesn't. No, it has to be. I don't care if you said Applebee's.
Yeah,
If that's what makes it, if that's what brings you joy.
Yeah,
and
it
peace.
brings me joy.
Julie,
But I like that.
Julie, you're gonna kill me for saying this.
What? Oh no, McCooney.
Yes.
Oh, God. I am gonna kill you. Okay, but since we're live,
I know you live there. This is your second home.
I love McCooney's though.
I'm sorry. Okay,
Yeah.
so, and I say this because there's a million great restaurants, and me and my husband are such foodies that we're always trying new different places and like supporting our friends that have businesses and like all of those things. But really, when someone asks me to lunch,
Yeah.
where do you want to go? McCooney. Like, which one? Okay, let's go. It's always.
Liz, are we going to lunch today?
Yeah.
Where are we going?
And I just want to say, I do love McCooney, but it's just a lot.
It is. No.
Yeah.
Well, for you,
When
if you're
your
doing it,
husband-
if you're doing it 3
when
times
your
a week.
husband's there, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Right. So I just want to make that clear because
Yes.
I love Taro too. He's
Yes.
one of my favorite
Yes,
people.
Absolutely.
Yes. Okay.
And I think a lot of it is also, I choose to also support the restaurants that are small business owners because my dad was a small business owner.
Yeah.
And so he had a restaurant and so grateful for those people that supported him. So I that's how kind of, let's go support them. They're a small business instead of
Yeah.
going to the big chains.
Of course. Oh, yeah. For sure. I think that's always fun. So,
Yours.
okay. I
Yours.
like it.
What's yours?
Oh, what's my favorite? All of it. I love all food. It doesn't matter. What's fun? I'll preface what I'm about to say because there's various levels of like favorite, right?
Yeah,
there's like
there is.
favorite pizza.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
is.
That's
And then
the
there's
thing.
there's that. Then there's also like
Yeah.
favorite like dining experience.
Oh yeah.
But like McCooney's does rank pretty high up there for me as where do we want to go eat? But I was gonna say favorite. I actually have a pizza named after me because of how often we go.
that's
And it's nothing special on the pizza. It's just that's how they make it and they crush it. And it's what I always order. So if you go to Roma's Pizzeria, 2 has to be the one on Folsom Boulevard.
Okay.
And you ask for a Justin special.
Wow.
You will get a large pizza, extra cheese, extra sauce, and it's fantastic.
Okay.
That's a
Pro
And you
tip
want-
right
and if you
there.
wanna talk
I
about-
know. I love
Yeah,
that.
I love that.
Actually, it's funny. My wife, who's one of 6 kids, they grew up going there. And so when we were dating, she was like, hey, we should go get pizza. We should go here. We should go to Roma's. And for those of you who don't know, I've dated my wife since we were like 14 years old. So we ran out of things to do and places to go. We went to Roma's and I'm like, this is not good. I don't understand why you would like this. And then we didn't go for like 4 or 5 years. And after we had got married, we had gone back and I was like, what was I thinking? This is fantastic. And so fell in love. So now we have we know the family. We go in there all the time and it's cute because they've seen my kids. We told my parents that we were having our first child at Roma's.
Oh, you've got good memories there.
So it's good. It's just a little mom and pop. It's fantastic. I highly recommend it.
I want to share something with you because
Please.
my parents did the same thing for one of my classmates.
Yeah.
When they opened their restaurant.
Yeah.
I went to school with this guy since I was in kindergarten.
Yeah.
Okay. So his name was Randy.
Okay.
His name is Randy. He's still alive. And he used to go into the restaurant and he would go to my mom when she was in the kitchen. She's like, I want my taco. And so my mom knew how to make his tacos.
Yeah.
So what it really was is just like a big quesadilla filled with lettuce, tomato, and all the things that come in a taco. But it was in the big flour.
higher cheese concentration is what it sounds like
more
a
meat,
quesadilla.
Yeah, more cheese, and just make it look like a taco. And
Yeah.
so when they revamped their menu,
That
It's
was
on
on
there.
there.
Randy's taco, and I'm all, why does Randy have a taco on his menu and I'm your daughter?
Yeah.
What is going on? And so it's funny that you say that.
Well, that's the whole thing because my wife's family, her name's Kimber. That's why I almost said it. But her family always is like, how does he get a pizza named after him? He said he
Exactly.
didn't like this place.
Exactly.
We went here our whole life.
That's funny.
But,
Good story.
all right. If you weren't in real estate or real estate adjacent, what would you be doing? You could go dream world or in reality.
Oh, you first. I need a minute.
I would say maybe in my 20s, I was really into sports. I really liked all sports.
Yeah.
If you put me toe to toe with a man, I would.
You wanted to
know
go for it.
I knew a lot more than typical man did.
Love it.
About sports. Not so much anymore, but I always my dream would be to be a sports person on the field.
Yeah,
A sportscaster,
Yeah.
a woman, female. Like we see them all the time.
okay.
Now,
Yeah.
But I would love that.
Love that.
I would always.
I could see you doing that.
I'm like, can you put me on ESPN Ocho, please?
Oh, yeah. That's
I can
great.
see that. I can see that.
That's been a.
I think with me, I love snow skiing and
Yeah, you do.
Tahoe and all that. So I'd like to run a ski resort.
Yeah. Have your own.
Really?
Yeah.
I like that.
maybe be in charge of VP of operations or something
Yeah.
like that. If I wasn't doing this, I'd probably pursue
I love that.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay consistent to the theme of pizza.
You're hungry.
Yeah. It's lunchtime. That's why.
No,
Yes.
I've always wanted to own a pizza restaurant. But something specific. I don't want to go into it here because it's a
Yeah.
lengthy thing.
Yeah.
But something kind of different, but very 1920s Italian cafe. One or two little tables.
Oh, cute.
All the
Yeah, I like
kind of
that.
black and white. that.
Have you
that
been
theme.
to Fiore?
Yes.
It's kind of a little bit like that because
yeah.
it's got like the style to go with it.
Yeah. You want the mosaic tile on the floor?
Yeah.
You can
That's
picture
fun.
it. You can picture
I like
it.
that.
Yeah.
And that old the old artwork, the old like
Yes.
Campari artwork, and
I love
all of
that.
that
Yeah.
on the side. But yeah, I have like a dream. I think one day we'll do
should.
it. But
You should.
but hyper local, hyper neighborhood focused,
Yes.
and keep the same theme, but alter it per neighborhood that you're in.
I love that.
Kind of cool.
And it doesn't have to be big. It just has to be good.
Yep.
Yeah, almost more of a takeout spot where you have a couple tables that people could hang out at, but more of it being just
thing
really, really good wood fire pizza.
I like it.
Love it. All right, last question, and then we'll wrap it up. Heels or flats, ladies?
Oh, jeez.
I already know the answer because I see what
Such
both
a-
of you are wearing.
Wait, but such a great answer. So I can only do 2 inches or less now, or my feet hurt. So I'm done.
Are you with a when you go to the store? Do you take the?
Yeah. Liz knows I wore heels my entire life, and I'm talking heels, like 4 or 5 inch heels, my whole career. So now 2 inches or less.
Wow.
How about you?
Oh no.
You're going
heels.
all day,
high.
every
I'm
day.
So high.
Because your time isn't there yet. It will come.
It will. I know it will come. My mom.
57 is when
My
mine
mom
came.
keeps telling me that, and I'm like, okay, well, don't ruin it for me. When it happens, it will happen.
Yep.
But I feel like I saw a quote the other day about don't judge me for what I wear. You might think I'm high maintenance, but honestly, I feel very elevated, and I feel very
Confident.
It's who I am. It's like if I'm dressed down, I don't feel good.
Yeah.
Agreed.
You know, it was so funny for a long time.
You two are always put together
I was
very
always
well.
wearing like frumpy pajamas when I would go to bed, and it's funny. You're gonna laugh because it recently happened. I was like t-shirt and sweats and non-matching, and that's natural. It's normal. And all of a sudden I started buying cute pajamas, and now I go to bed and I'm like, I look cute.
Yeah, but I think you're right. When I wear flats, I don't feel confident and I don't feel sharp. So I never wear flats. So let me clear you, unless I'm wearing tennis shoes. But I always have some type of a heel because I think you're right.
Yeah,
It does
there's
help me.
something- it
You
makes
look good, you
yeah,
feel
Yeah.
good, and then
Yes.
it's like a free boost of confidence.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's
100%.
I
agree.
think what you wear, the colors you wear, just make you feel a certain way. I don't like to wear dark clothes because I feel like it brings my mood down.
Sure.
And so when every now and then I got to wear a black dress, and I'm like, I hate black. It's just it represents mourning. It's like mourning.
That's all that I wear. Awesome.
Sorry,
I'm
Julie.
always in mourning. It's
Sorry.
okay.
Well,
Yeah.
you
It's
know-
also very slimming. So there
Yeah,
you go.
yeah.
All right, I'm going to run with that one.
One of my biggest fears in life is this whole where everyone talks about the decision fatigue, and so you have like a Mark Zuckerberg who wears the same hoodie and t-shirt.
Yes.
That sounds like a nightmare to me. Half the fun of waking up in the morning is going what am I going to wear today? What am I going to put together? How am I dressing? What's
Sometimes
the vibe?
there's
Yeah.
so many options in my closet.
Right.
Sometimes I'm like, okay, Liz, I like the closet. The part of my life that is chaotic is my closets. That's so I need to.
I'm color coded.
Me too.
I'm color coded. I have to know because if I have to go
That was like 8 years of retail.
I think did you ever? So you didn't work
You didn't
retail,
work
did
retail.
you?
Oh yes, I did.
Did you? Okay.
Oh
okay.
my goodness, that's
did.
where I got my habits.
Yeah.
Bad habits.
Yeah.
Those are the bad
Yeah.
habits.
Well, I guess my bad habits because I'm a big shoe guy. So my habits did come from working for Nordstrom. So
Yeah, I
Oh,
bet.
there you go.
But yeah, color coded.
Yes.
I need because I have to go. What do I want to wear today? I want to wear a white shirt.
Exactly.
Do I want a white polo? Do I want a white button down?
Right.
Do I white
Your
with pattern?
closet is color
Yeah,
coordinated
like
too.
black, navy,
Yeah.
brown, cream.
That's all you have.
Well, I mean, sort of. I mean,
And
there's
then
a little,
variations.
there's a little variation in there, like
Yeah.
olive. Yeah.
Wait, do you not wear prints?
No, no, hardly any prints. Hardly any. Have you ever seen me
No.
in something like that? No. It's all solid. And that, I mean, maybe I need to up my game a little bit. Okay, as you call me out real on live, you call me out.
Well,
Listen, we'll go shopping with you. It's fine.
I got it. We'll go
Julie,
shopping.
no. Don't take that the wrong way.
No, I'm kidding.
To each their own, because I have to tell you something funny. When I walk out like this,
Yeah.
you know, or something with prints or something bright,
Yeah.
and this is not to be meant derogatory. Only I could say this about my culture. So Scott will go, and he was like, "That's very Mexican."
Okay.
Listen,
You married one.
listen. I have to fight the urge all the time to put on too much jewelry. The Italian vibe will go. That shirt button might go a little too far down. No, I'm just kidding. That hair wants to get real slicked back.
Oh,
no, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
All right,
gosh.
good.
No,
I'm
I
not the
think
only
look-
one. I'm not the only one.
Yeah, we joke a lot. It's funny how cultures are very similar, and we always joke that certain cultures are it's same corporation, different headquarters. That's
Yeah.
all it is.
Yes,
Yep.
absolutely. Oh, that's funny.
Well, I appreciate you guys for being here. Thank you so much.
Oh, loved
And
it.
This was fun.
Really fun.
we could have done this for 3 more hours.
Yeah, we probably could have.
Thanks, Justin. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys stopping by. It's been a pleasure to sit down with Liz and Julie, and hopefully you got a little insight. Hopefully you had a little bit of fun with us. But thanks for watching the Blitz Break. We'll see you next week. And when Buzz and Phil are back, and we got to get Buzz some new shoes since we were talking.
Yes, we do.
So we're going to start a GoFundMe.
Right?
Yeah, no. Thank you guys. Have a good rest of your day.